Alice.
What's going on?
John?
Hello?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 thriller Night of the Hunted. The film is directed by Frank Calhoun and it stars Camille Rowe. Now the film focuses on Camille Rowe's character Alice, who is riding cross country with her friend stroke lover, and she stops at like a late night gas station to go and get some bits and pieces, fill up the car, etc. And when she heads into the gas station, she realises that something's just not right, and then she becomes the target of a sniper. She is then trapped there for the night, playing this cat and mouse game with this sniper, who is intent on taking out anybody that turns up at the gas station, but has a particular interest in Alice. What that interest is, you'd have to watch the film yourself. Right, what are my thoughts on Night of the Hunted? Well, I thought this was just going to be, a fairly standard, run-of-the-mill sniper type film. You know, we've all seen these sort of films before, where someone's kind of pinned down by a sniper. At times they can make interesting movies, and at other times they can be fairly insular and a little bit dull because not a lot happens, sort of thing. I have to say, I came away from this film really, really entertained. I thought this was a very, very well made movie with a very strong central performance by Camille Rowe as Alice, because she has to carry the large majority of this film. There's not many other characters in this film. The only other characters you see in this film is there's the partner that she's travelling with, who you see in the film. You see a couple of people turn up at the gas station. One in particular stays within the film for about 10 minutes, and so on and so forth. And obviously I don't want to spoil it or anything, but she is basically the absolute lead of this film, and she is the central focus point of this film, and she does a superb job. Really, really, really good job. You feel this massive connection to the character, not necessarily because they spend a lot of time building her up or anything like this. She's clearly a flawed character, and that makes it clear in the film. And that's part of the reason why this sniper has an interest in her. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything. But it's just the situation that she finds herself in. Most characters in films in this situation, you would probably immediately have an affinity with them and like a connection to them, and you want them to kind of get out of this situation. And she's really clever and very resourceful, as to how to kind of keep herself safe and come up with ideas to try and outthink the sniper and all this kind of stuff. And then you've got this really engaging conversation between the two through the use of like a walkie-talkie. That just, it's like a game of chess almost between the two of them. Him giving his case as to why he's doing what he's doing, her giving her case as to why she's an innocent and why is he doing what is he doing to her, sort of thing. And the whole thing is, like I say, set in this gas station, a stroke supermarket. If that doesn't sound interesting to you, then this is probably not the film for you. But I guarantee you, there is enough here to keep you interested. There are deaths that are particularly brutal and bloody. I think that's a fair assessment here. It feels very gritty and grounded and realistic, and the film does a good job of kind of blurring the lines as well. Now, obviously, you're not on the side of this sniper by any stretch of the imagination, but we've always said what makes a good villain is that the villain thinks they're doing the right thing. If they're just doing it for the sake of doing it, it's very transparent and they're not good villains. Whereas you can, when he's giving his argument, the sniper, as to what he's doing and why he's doing it, you may not agree with him, but you certainly sense his conviction on it, and he totally believes what he's doing is the right thing. So that makes for a compelling villain. So you've got this back and forth going out throughout the film of these two trying to outwit each other. And then you get these spanner throws into the works where people turn up at the station. There's one in particular that turns up at the station, and the sniper, probably smartly, doesn't necessarily make it clear that the sniper has done this, but he goes silent on the radio. So she's paranoid then, Ali. She's thinking, well, this guy's just walked in here. Sniper's not shooting anymore, and he's not saying anything. Is this the sniper? And you don't know at all either. So there's this real sense of distrust with anybody that comes into the gas station, for the most part. You know, she's got this, and you would have this distrust because she's absolutely under no illusions that her life is in clear and present danger here by the result of this sniper getting a bit trigger happy. So I've got to be honest, I was really pleasantly surprised by this film. I think I've watched a number of Shudder films these last few weeks that, for me, have absolutely surprised me and impressed me. And this definitely has done that. It surprised me and impressed me. It's very well made. It's smart. It knows what it is. It's just like a one location film, but it's a well shot film. It's a great setting. It's got some very strong performances, obviously, especially by Camille Rowe, who I think absolutely steals the show here as this character Alice. And it'll have you on the edge of your seat as well. You'll be absolutely caught up in this film and engaged by this film and wanting to find out what's going to happen at the end, especially when there's another character kind of turns up at the gas station. You're kind of like, well, she's got to step up here now. You know, what's she going to do? And it all feels like it's leading to this confrontation between the sniper and her, and the film doesn't disappoint in that front either. The ending might not be exactly what you want, but it's certainly an ending that, for the most part, makes sense. But I was quite impressed with this one. It's one of those films that comes out of nowhere and kind of surprises you. I suspect this is probably going to go under a lot of people's radar, unless obviously you've got Shudder. If you have, definitely give it a watch. It's a very, very strong thriller. It's described on IMDb as a horror thriller. While the situation that she's in is obviously quite horrific and there's plenty of blood and stuff, for me this is a far superior thriller than it ever is a horror. But yeah, I do quite strongly recommend this one, guys. It's not a film of the year contender or anything like that, but for a streaming service movie, it's definitely worth your time, I would suggest. I was pleasantly surprised by this one. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out this review. I will, of course, be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.